Hi everybody, how's everybody doing today? Today I'm going to give you a little lesson on how to use Crackle Paint, but before we start I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and where you can come and take some of these classes in person. My name is Chris Cruz and I've been painting for about 37 years, since my daughter was like 4 months old. And I'm known as an experimental artist because I like to play around with different surfaces and different mediums to create some works of art. And I've been lucky enough to find the Shelby County Arts Council here in Columbiana, Alabama, which has some awesome facilities to teach classes. So the project that I'm going to show you today, I guarantee you that if you come to one of my classes, you'll be able to paint it along with me. If not, it's going to be on my YouTube channel, Chris Cruz Design, so I want you to give it a try. And if it really piques your interest, then try to take one of the classes with us and join us here. There's a nice group of people here that take classes with me, and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to paint on what we call an MDF board, which is just a piece of wood. It could be a scrap of wood, it could be a canvas, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you have at home. And I am using Crackle Paste by Golden Paints, but if you have a different brand, that's fine. And you know those little room keys and credit cards that have expired? That's what I use for a palette because I'm pretty frugal. So I will take my Crackle Paste and I will just put it on here pretty thick. Now this takes a while to dry. I went ahead and did mine ahead of time for the video purposes. But you see, it goes on like plaster. So I'm going to put this to the side and let it dry because we're not going to work with that one. And I'm going to wipe my old credit card, get rid of this that we don't need, and this that we don't need, and I am going to put my little birdie here. I'm using a number 6 Bristolon silver brush. It's a really nice and bristly brush, and I like to use this kind of brush for this kind of work because of all the little cracks that are in my wood. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our lighter colors first. And I'm going to wet my brush just so that I have some moisture in my brush. People make the mistake of coming in here and having tons of water in their brush and doing the paint, and then it spreads all over. So we don't want that. So I always pull my paint a little bit from the side here, and it makes it nice and flexible, is what I like to call it, flexible. Okay, so this is the little belly. I went ahead and traced it ahead of time. So this is the little belly of my bird. So you can see with the little cracks that it gives it texture when you put the paint on there, right? So I'm not going to rinse my brush out, but I'm going to take a little bit of water and take a little bit of that brown and mix it in there to put some little feathers underneath it. And I'm not doing a lot of effort, as you can see, just, you know, really soft colors. I'm going to wipe my brush and pick up a little bit of water, and I'm going to take my brown and my yellow, and I'm going to do my tree branch. We'll come back later and shade that a little bit darker, but right now we're just kind of drawing it in there, right? So here's my tree branch, and a little bit in there so he doesn't look like he's floating in midair. Okay, so now our little birdie has on top some blue. So if I was to just put blue on there, it would kind of look funky. So what I try to do is put a little white base on the top first, so that when I put my blue paint on there, it blends right on my wood. I don't have to blend it on my little plate here. So I will come here and put some of that white, right? And this is his little tail. So I will come here and pick up some of my blue, and as I come here and brush my blue, you can see that it's already getting texture on the top. See that? And I'm just very softly going around with my blue. Nothing, you know, you don't have to work too hard at this. Just have fun at it. Take some of my blue, go on the top and make it a little darker. Right? Give him some little hairs. Almost looks like Mario, right? So I'm going to take a little bit more of the blue and the white, and I'm going to give him another little tail here, because I have no idea what kind of bird this is, but I like the colors, so it's a bird. So now we want to darken these little areas here. So I will take a little bit of my yellow, and if I go over my brown with my yellow, what it does is it blends my colors in there. See that? And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that white and give his little belly a little highlight. Wipe my brush, too much paint on there. Right? Now, I want to darken a little bit here because he's too pale. So again, same color of paint, very little water. I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to go right underneath his little eye here. And I'm going to see if you look at the tip of my brush, very softly, I'm just pulling it out to give him little feathers. And if you have a little stand and you're looking for a gift for the holidays, this is the perfect way to, you know, surprise somebody and say, look, I was thinking of you. Okay, now we just need to shade a little bit down here, and I'm going to take a little bit of that green to darken my blue up. And I'm going to wipe it on my paper towel just in case I have too much. And come here and do the same thing. Wipe it and darken the top. Okay. Now, let's put some color in his eye, right? Because we need to see his little eye. And I'm just going to put a little dot of that brown in there. And let's give him a little beak, right? He needs to eat. And I'm going to shade a little bit the branch of the tree. And a little bit underneath his chin here. Okay, so now the only thing we need to do is put some color in the background and put a little dark on the top of his head. So I'm going to do that now. And make them nice and fluffy. So what I like to do with my backgrounds is just take a wash of whatever colors I've used in my project and wash it. So what I like to do is just wash with a little bit of water the background, and I don't like to go all the way to the edge of my plaster, and I'm just going to put some of that yellow on there, and then really you got to move fast on this one, pick up a little bit of the orange and make it kind of watery, rinse it out, move it around. And I like to see some of the white back there. And I'm going to take a little bit of blue as a shadow for the little bird, because I want to see those cracks in there. And put a little orange on his little chest here so that he can look nice. Let's put a little green also in the background here, just so that can darken it. And the neat thing about Crackle is you never know how big or small the cracks are going to turn out to be. So here there's really big cracks and here's small. Let's give him some little feet so he can fly home. So I'm going to just do this and give him some little feet. And I really hope you enjoyed watching me paint my little birdie here. If you want to purchase the kit, go to my website, chriscruzdesigns.com. Or, if better yet, you want to join me in person here at the Shelby County Arts Council, just look me up on their website and join me for one of the classes, and you'll be able to paint this little birdie and take him home with you too. Enjoy your day, and thank you so much for watching.